Okay, solving rational equations. If you ever have a variable in the bottom of a fraction, the first thing you'll want to do is stop and consider all the values for x, or whatever the variable is, all the values that cannot be solutions. Okay, so I'm going to start off by saying x cannot be -6, because if you plugged in -6, you'd get 0. Same thing for that side. Okay, so a couple of different ways of approaching these. Some people get common denominators. I like to get rid of the fraction all at once. Okay, so I'm going to multiply everything in this equation by x. I'm going to do 5x plus 6. Okay, that way when I multiply 5x plus 6 over here, it's going to make it be a little bit yuckier, but we have to do that to make these cancel out. But 5 and 5 would cross cancel. Okay, so this 5 and this 5 cross cancel when we do this multiplication. So you're left with a 2, that blue 2 on top. I don't remember what blue I had. And then we got x plus 6. And now when you multiply, notice the 5 canceled out, right? When you do this, the x plus 6 and the x plus 6 are going to cancel out. So you're going to be left with 5 up top. Okay, 5 times 1 makes 5. The x plus 6 and x plus 6 cross. Same thing over here. The x plus 6 and the x plus 6 cross cancel. 5 times 6 makes 30. So if you distribute that 2, and then simplify, subtract 17 from both sides, I get x is 13 over 2. And if we check our initial conditions, that's fine. You can have 13 over 2, just as long as it's not 6. -6 we said. Let's see what other ones we can find. Yeah, this is a little bit more complicated. Let me do this one. I'll at least start you off, okay? Okay, so the first thing I'm thinking about when I'm thinking about getting rid of all these fractions is I'm thinking about this is factorable, okay? So we'll leave this term alone. We'll watch out for that negative sign in just a second. But now, two numbers that multiply to be -4, but add up to be -3, okay? You got x minus 4 when you factor that, and you got x plus 1. The 1 and the -4 multiply to make -4, and they add it to make -3. Okay, so now if you multiply everything by, let me see if I can get myself, oh yeah, there we go. Multiply everything by x minus 4 and x plus 1. You'll be guaranteed to cancel out all the denominators, okay? Like when you multiply x minus 4 and x plus 1 to this term, the x plus 1s are going to cancel. And you're going to have -5 times x minus 4 left over. Okay, same thing over here. When we multiply all this stuff to this term, watch the negative sign, okay? The x minus 4s are going to cancel. So you have -4 x plus 1. And then everything cancels out when you multiply here, right? So you're going to be left with 7. And now it's just a regular old algebraic equation. Distribute that negative sign, just watch out. That's positive 20 there. And then distribute that -4. Oh, forgot my x. I think you can take it from here though, right?